Hello, welcome back to Reads of an Apple. My name is Stacy, and happy Monday, or whatever day is that you're watching this, but I'm filming this on Monday, and I'm here for Vlogmas Day 12. It is December 12th. So just a quick little blurb. I have all of my Vlogmas in a playlist, so definitely check out the playlist. This one is also in it. But yeah, let's just kind of get into what I have to talk to you about today. So, I have been doing the Adagio 24 Days of Tea Advent Calendar. This is my favorite tea Advent calendar. I've done several other brands, and then the first year I did this one, I did the bagged version, and I haven't gone back since. This is the fourth year I've done the Adagio Teas one. And this year and the previous 2 years, I've done the loose leaf version. When I was looking at getting the second year, I wasn't sure if teas would be repeated, so I reached out to their customer service, and they said that there are a lot more changes and more curated or just special blends that are in the loose leaf tea and some of them are actually made specifically for the Advent calendar. So that is the route I have gone since then, and I don't see myself really moving away from Adagio at any point. Maybe I might get a second tea calendar because I definitely drink more than 1 cup of tea a day, especially when it gets winter time. But let's just see what today has in store for us. And I do have a spreadsheet of the previous 2 years, so 2020 and 2021, so I can keep track of my scores, and also just for fun to see kind of the amount of repeats and how many new blends they kind of do a year. So, my gosh, if I can get this one out, it's fighting me. Okay. Oh. Okay, interesting. Ooh, I'm excited for this one. Okay. I'm excited for all of them, but today's is double ginger. So, according to directions, they recommend steeping 5 minutes at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And ingredients. There's a lot more ingredients than you would expect for a tea called double ginger. So, hi. You done eating dinner? So it has ginger, green rooibos tea, so that's our base tea here, red peppercorn, ginger flavor, black peppercorn loose, orange, marigold flowers, strawberries, peach flavor, strawberry flavor, and orange flavor, and no caffeine. What? Red peppercorn, black peppercorn, orange, strawberry, peach, marigold flowers, and then our gingers. Okay, I mean, I'm a fan of ginger in the first place, but interesting. On the name double ginger, that's not the kind of blend I'm expecting. I'm very intrigued to see how this is. This is exciting. Let me just see. I feel like this is a new one. Okay, yeah, this was not in 2021. And I don't see it in 2020 either. So, for all I know, this is new. But it's at least new to me. Okay. Oh, yeah. Definitely ginger. The ginger and actually the orange is what hits me first. That citrusy. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of the strawberry. And the peach kind of blends into the strawberry, I feel like. Like, it's just the tiniest little hint, but that could be because I know it's in there. But the orange and the ginger is what's, like, sticking out to me the most. So that's intriguing. So today's tea strainer, I'm going to do my little rubber duck. So... And then this little, like, what looks like water holds it when it's done steeping. And beforehand, but And I'm glad I went with this one because this one does have a finer mesh, and Rooibos tea is pretty small. I forgot to show you what it looks like. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. Look at that. You can see the red or pink peppercorns. Interesting. I'm very intrigued by this. Very, very intrigued. Okay, so I'll get our little guy. So he just twists on, so then he goes like this. And then he's super cute. If you haven't seen me use him before in any of my vlogs or videos, he floats on top. And then you've got a little duck floating in your cup. Isn't that so cute? Look at him peeking over. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking cute. It was a gift from my boss. She knows I love rubber ducks. And then today's mug is it's from Hello Lovely. And this is Buying Books Like I'm Immortal. I love their mugs. I love the other things from Hello Lovely, but my favorite thing is probably their mugs. So, while that is steeping, let's talk about the novella for today. So, I was looking for some audiobooks because I was like, I have to start crocheting. I'm kind of getting into the crunch time here. So, I picked up Hunted Holiday by Mandy M. Roth. I picked this up via audiobook. It was available through my Hoopla, and this is the first book in her Bureau of Paranormal Investigations. Now, according to my Goodreads, I read this back in 2018 and gave it 4 stars. I did not remember any of this, but that is definitely the time when I was reading a lot of paranormal novellas and shorties and like Insta Love, Fated Mate type of things. I feel like I remembered the openings to this, but not really much else. My rating I have since dropped down to 3 stars. It just isn't quite my cup of tea anymore, but I definitely understand why back in the day why I give this 4 stars, because that's the kind of books I was enjoying back then. But this is 80 something pages, so we're just about 100, and this is between Danny and Cornell. Now, Danny is what they call a natural slayer, so she is a vampire and supernatural creature slayer, and she comes to it naturally. She has some sort of, I mean, they're not called magical, but they're almost kind of like magical or psychic kind of abilities that basically makes her or improves or helps her be a better slayer, or those type of things are very useful in that line of work. And they call them enforcers now. So supernaturals are out in the world, and there is as the series title, Bureau of Paranormal Investigations. And this is the bureau that basically has different departments like you would expect, but they are the ones that try to keep humans from doing attacks on paranormals and paranormals from doing attacks on other paranormals, or I guess they call them supernaturals, and on humans. So, and this is the hero of the book is Cornell, and he is a very old vampire. And when he meets Danny when she's 18 and joining the Bureau for Slayer training, he recognizes her as his fated mate. However, he feels like she's too young. She also had some sort of horrendous accident, or, well, I guess not accident, but basically all of her family was murdered around Christmas time by vampires. So she's not a vampire fan, but she has since become friends with vampires. Like, her trainer is Finn, who is Cornell's best friend, and Cornell is a born vampire and Finn is a made vampire. But Finn, I guess, is special because he can somehow control his demon. I don't know. There's a lot of like mythos and world building in this book, but it's kind of run through very quickly because we do have such a few number of pages. But I gave it 3 stars. I enjoyed it. It definitely pushes this one, maybe 3.5 stars, but I think I'm going to just kind of leave it at 3. This one I feel like works decently well because she has been pining for him and he has been, pining for her since he recognized her as his fated mate. He has moved next door to her. Whenever she goes out on like patrols or she goes out on shift, he kind of shadows her because he doesn't want her to be injured. And at the beginning of this book, it starts out with her being kind of sore because, of course, the one time he doesn't shadow her and her little group of enforcers were ambushed. And so she has been injured, not mortally, but she's definitely sore, and she was stabbed. And she is her best friend, Mimi, who is Fae and a magic type person within the bureau, is very excited for Christmas, and because she can't really decorate her parents' house, she is choosing to decorate Danny's. And Danny's just like, okay, fine. And she is just going crazy because Mimi loves Christmas. And Cornell and Finn kind of come out to check on them because they see them slip and fall a couple of times on ice, and they're having fun and they can't stay away anymore after watching them through the window like a couple of vampire creepers. And she is soaking wet because it's snowing, and instead of going into her own house, he kind of forces them all to come over to Cornell's house, and he somehow ends up projecting them being together, and she kind of orgasms in the room with everybody, which is odd. And then they claim each other, and in this system, once you have been claimed, you're basically a wife to the vampire, and you're considered married once the claiming happens. And the claiming itself sounds like it's actually the drinking of blood and not necessarily the intimate actions that take place while you're drinking each other's blood. It sounds like the actual claiming happens with the actual drinking of the blood. But I mean, it was fine. I definitely didn't feel like I wasted my time. It was a reread. I definitely feel like maybe part of my unenjoyment is I wasn't super fond of the production, and I thought about speeding it up because she was kind of a slow talker in this audiobook, but I was crocheting and I was just on a roll, so I just left it because whatever. But yeah, so I gave this 3 stars. But I mean, it was a cute vampire-y novella, and so yeah, that is today's goings on. So let's see. I like strong ginger tea, so we'll see if it's strong enough for me. But I am very interested to see how this is going to go. It's a very pretty, like, amber color. Yeah, all I'm getting is that ginger and citrus. But I'm okay with that. Like, that's not a bad thing. Still super steamy. Whoa. Whoa. That's crazy. Okay, one more drink and then I will explain to you what's happening with my taste buds. That is so... Okay, so when I first take a drink, you get that, like, initial kind of bite of the ginger, and then, like, it kind of fades kind of quickly, and then the ginger completely mellows out, and, like, the peach and the strawberry and the orange, and it just tastes, like, super fruity. But that first initial drink has the ginger, and I can feel the slight tingles from the ginger now as well. So I'm getting the ginger aftertaste too, but it's like you get that first little bite of ginger, the aftertaste of ginger, the middle is like all of the fruits. It's super good. It's super interesting. Like, I haven't had a tea that really, like, a lot of teas when I drink them, as they like sit in your mouth or as they move across your taste buds, you do kind of pick up different notes, as you've probably seen if you've watched my other things, but this is crazy. This is like, that's so weird, and it's so cool, and it's so good. All right, I'm already like a third gone. Okay. Wow, that is really good. That is 5 out of 5. Or, well, I guess I'm not doing 5s this year. I'm doing 10s this year. I don't know why I changed it, but I already did. So we're just sticking with it. That is a 10 out of 10. If when I'm looking for ginger tea, this will be the ginger tea that I go for instead of some of the other ones I have, because that is amazing. It is amazeballs. And I love that, like, I like ginger tea, but sometimes like straight ginger teas can be definitely a wham to your face. And oh my gosh, that is so good, because you get the ginger and then it kind of mellows out and you get all the fruitiness and you're like, ooh, and then that ginger comes back in and you're like, ooh, there's the ginger. Oh my gosh, I love that. Another winning tea and another winning new tea. Like, this is a great blend. I am a big fan of it. So once again, double ginger for the win. Probably one of my favorite teas so far. I do have a couple other teas that I've rated 10, but all of them are repeats that I gave high ratings the previous years. So I think this is the first new tea that I've given a 10 out of 10. And that's exciting. I mean, most of them have been like higher than 8 anyway. This tea, guys, this freaking tea is amazing. So I will have to see if they have this for sale on their website for sure and add it to my wish list, so I remember to get some next time I go shopping. Oh my gosh. I'm just like so happy right now. That tea is so good. And I can see once it cools down a little bit more, it will be gone very quickly. But okay, yeah, that is all I have for you. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to leave me an emoji down below, why don't you do like a bat or a vampire or something like that? But otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what to do, and I will see you all tomorrow.